Hey everybody, Frank here, Godzilla Island, back again with another review of a Spectreman Heroes story from Antarctic Press. This one is covering Tiger-7. You may have noticed some of the videos I put up, we kind of skipped the review for this one. I had recorded a review for this, but the video got screwed up, so I hadn't had the chance to reshoot it. So I'm finally back here to review it once again, even though you guys didn't see it the first time. So the story is written by Duncan Shea, and the art was by Del Barris, colors by Nick Webb, editing Andrew Hall, lead editing Andrew Hall, editing Douglas Dillon, and logo by Brian Denham. So the story starts out with a investigation going on. They find what they suspect is a body that has been absolutely obliterated. It's pretty much been turned into mud, and they're saying that the body to even melt like that, it would need to be subjected to extreme heat. There's no burn marks, char marks around it, and it's kind of odd. And they're kind of chalking it up to an act of nature. The concept. There's a little suspect of it, and it cuts back to the precinct, and they're looking at some pictures, and they're like, oh, there is some spots that kind of look like charred footprints, maybe. But the chief comes in and yells at them, and is like, why are you still investigating this? It's an act of God. And he's like, let's move on. He's like, some miracle drug has been stolen from the docks, and I want you guys to go down there and find out what's going on. So the officers agree to look into it, and they go down to the Tokaido Archaeology to investigate a little more on the subject. And they claim they discovered the Mu Empire, and the mummies had risen and had been killing the archaeological group at the dig site. They say Tiger-7 saved them before, but the man says Tiger-7 defeated the monsters that melted the man weeks ago, but Ryu says the man just died the day before. And then the magma monster appears, and they're like, oh man, nope, it definitely was not defeated by Tiger-7. They shoot at the monster, but there's no effect. And then a second monster appears, and they get taken as test subject, the two officers, and then they inject Ryu, which is one of the investigators, with thesis serum, and he turns into a skeleton monster right here. Pretty crazy looking. And they're about to inject Kobayashi, who is the other investigator, and then boom, the hero Tiger-7 appears to save the day, and he fights all the monsters, begins killing them. He even has to fight Ryu, and he quickly, it all quickly goes quick. He defeats the magma monster, he defeats all the monsters, and the other investigator's like, oh man, he really is real. He's like, that wasn't a made up story. And the fights just keep going on. It's really cool. You see Tiger-7 fighting all these monsters. They escape, and pretty much after they escape, and Tiger-7 destroys the Mu base, they say the attacks stop, and you see they're leaving Ryu's grave, and that's the end of the story. It's pretty cool. I kind of rushed through it a little here, guys. It's been, like I said, it had been a little while since I had reviewed this last time, but the art's really cool. Tiger-7 is a pretty cool character. We have, through this Spectreman series, we have 3 line heroes, a robot, and then Spectreman, which I wouldn't call a robot. No, I would say robot-ish. But I have really enjoyed this Spectreman series. The trade paperback is coming in July. We just actually got the Kickstarter update for those of us that were backers of the Kickstarter, like me. And they got the first shipment in for the backers, and the other shipments for people that are just going to be pre-ordering from their comic stores later on will be coming in. So if you miss out on the Spectreman Hero series, or you haven't been able to find any of these other ones, the trade paperback is going to be a great way to get into them. We have Tiger-7, which I just reviewed. Spectreman was the final issue. And we did Hi-O-Man review, Lion Mara review, and Electroid Suborger. There were some delays with this series and its releases. I think printing delays and supply chain shortages caused some of those delays. But we got the entire series now, and I've really enjoyed it. Spectreman kind of ended with a tease that there was going to be a to be continued. I felt like any of these comic stories could be continued. Tiger-7 was really, to me, kind of the only one that was like, oh, the attacks kind of stopped after he destroyed the Mu base, but you never know. They could always come back a few years later, months later, whatever. But I felt like any of these stories could have been continued in their own series. I would totally love to see more of all of them. So I'm really hoping they do a second round of Spectreman Hero one-shots with these heroes again to get a little follow-up on where they're at now. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and thanks for watching Amazing Squad.